Okay. They're not. If they did open up, they wouldn't make people go, by the way. So don't stress about that. They haven't said anything if they're opening up or not. I was just curious if you would want to go. I can like maybe let my principal know how many. If everyone wanted to go, I'd say, hey, everyone wants to go to school, but it looks like you guys are split. So anyway, yeah, I know some of you want to go. I want to go. Yeah, I hear you. Some of you have never even been to Oxnard High School. Yeah, I hear you, Angelina. Me too. I'm going crazy over here. Like, yesterday I was like, man, I need to get out. I'm going crazy. I would love to go back in my house. So, but it looks, you guys can see it looks pretty split, even. So anyway, that's the way probably most people are. Yeah, but I'll have to wear masks. I don't know if I could handle wearing a mask all day, but I'd rather do that than it'd be kind of weird. Weird wearing it all day. Well, everyone does. You see people, I'm sure your parents who go to work have to wear their masks all day. My wife wears a mask all day at work, so we could do it. All right, let's go back. Oh, recording. Sorry. Let's record this. Oh, I am recording. Okay. All right. Now, quick, rise over run. So let me zoom in this. I'm going to zoom in this real tight so we can see the slope here. Remember the slope, first of all, is this positive or negative? Now, going in this direction, if you were to ride your bicycle in this direction, would you be going up or down? You're going up. So that's a positive slope. So we're going to go like this. Let's count the squares up and count the squares across. I have, how long is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's up 4. That's my rise. And I go like this. 1, 2, 3. I go over 3. So my slope is 4 over 3. And it's positive because it's going up. Positive 4 over 3. Okay? So that's how you find the slope. Okay, now, what if, are there, just curious, okay, I'm gonna stop presenting here. Hopefully I remember. Okay, raise. Oh, it's tied. Tied. Half of you want to go, half of you don't want to go. Okay, exactly half. That's very interesting to me. Okay, and those of you who don't want to go, I totally get it too. I totally get it. If you feel like uncomfortable, I get that, man. It's crazy. Just a lot of, it's whatever you're, this is all of it. It's interesting time. This is like the only time in my life where people have to decide what risk they want to take, right? Do you want to take the risk of, you know, staying at home and just the risk of just being by yourself, which, that's tough because it's hard psychologically, or do you want to take the risk of, being out there when there's a pandemic? So anyway, no one's wrong in what they decide. Everyone is, you do what's right for you in this, and nobody judges anyone. We just have to get through this together, right? But if they do open up, I'd be willing to teach if you'd be willing to come. And if you didn't want to come, you could just do the same thing we're doing here. Just learn online, right? It's not so bad, right? Not so bad for some of you. All right. How many of you understand that slope, the rise over the run? Raise your hand. I understand that when you draw it, Sensei, or just put your hand up like that, or just put your hand in front of the screen or whatever. Okay. Now let's look at real quick. You can put your hands down. Now let's look real quick. We talked about the slope. Oh, am I not presenting? Let me present. I always forget to present. Let's talk about the slope. Let's talk about the slope. Finding it using the equation. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So very quickly, again, this is a review from yesterday. Remember, write this down. Slope is y. Do this with me. Y2 over y1. Write it again, even though you have it again. Write it again. Over x2 minus x1. And my 2 points are this: 2 comma 3 and -1, -1. So I have the points 2 comma 3 and 2 comma 3 and -1, -1. Okay, those are my 2 points, 2 comma 3 and -1, -1. Now we have to know how to set this up. So let's call this point 1. Let's call this point 2. It doesn't matter. I just called it that. And remember, this is my x. This is my y. This is my x. This is my y. Right? Okay. We're all set up. So remember, this is point 1. This is x1. This is y1. This is point 2. This is x2. This is y2. Okay, so we'll get this same number here if we do this. So, but we got to practice setting up the equation. So remember, point 1, x1, y1, point 2, x2, y2. So what do I put for my y2? I got to put the y2 first to set up my equation. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to call on one of you. What do I put for my y2? All right, Alberto, you're in the top of the list. Tell me, what do I put for my y2? If you don't know, I'll help you. What do I put for my y2?
-1.
Very good, Alberto. So we have 0.2, y2 is -1. -1 minus, okay, now we need our y1. Okay, so what's my y1? Let's go with Angelina Rodriguez. Well, what's my y1? If you don't know, I can help you, Angelina. What's my y1?
3.
3. Very good. You have 0.1, y1 is 3. Okay, now next we got to go put down. What am I going to put here down here? Okay, what am I going to put down here? Antonio, what am I going to put right here?
-1.
Antonio knows it's x2. So we have here, my x2 is -1. -1 minus, and then what do I put here? Good. You guys are doing awesome. Austin Rodriguez. What do I put here now, Austin?
I'm with Amber. So it could be me, Amber. I think this is
I don't really know.
Austin, we're going to put, you see how that space is the x1?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know which one's x1 now, or do you need me to help you?
2.
I mean, I've been like watching and like seeing what you do, but once like I have to do it, it gets confusing.
No, sorry, we're doing it right now. Okay, ready? Are you looking?
Yeah.
See how it's x1, so we got to pick which one's 0.1. This one?
Yeah.
Or this one? Yeah, 0.1, right? See how that matches? Now, which one's the x?
The 3.
You
I
see
mean
the
the
x?
2.
Yeah, so it's 2. Do you see how we match that up? You just have to figure out what it says x1, so 0.1, which one's the x? That's all we do.
Oh.
Okay, so now let's subtract these. -1 minus -3 is -4. -1 minus 2, I like to add the opposite, is -3. And remember, 2 negatives make a positive, so it's 4/3, which is the same answer that we got here. See how they match up? So those are the 2 ways that we did yesterday really quickly. We just did it rise over the run, or we did y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's how we did it. Okay, so those are the 2 ways. Now, we could do both ways for any problem. Okay, so if you feel comfortable with this, I can show you how to do this with every single problem. Feel comfortable with this, we could do this easily with every single problem if you're comfortable with it. So anyway, that's what we did yesterday. Okay, let me take roll. Are there any questions before I take roll? Okay. All right. All right, so let's take roll. We may never go back this year, you know. But like I was saying, I was talking about, you know, some people are feeling more safe with the vaccine too. I know you guys don't get the vaccine yet, so that's why no one's going to be forced to go. Okay, Elias Arroyo,
Here.
Crystal Ayapatakal, Rosa Valderas,
Yes.
Antonio Cervantes,
Here.
Ian Tejas,
Here.
Sherlyn Coronado,
Here.
Naomi Cortez,
Here.
Abigail Gonzalez,
Here.
Luis Gonzalez,
Here.
Octavio Guerrera,
Here.
David Guzman,
Here.
Alberto Juarez,
Here.
Angelina Liu,
Here.
Crystal Magallanes,
Here.
Daniel Mejia, Edgar Mejia,
Here.
Leilani Mendoza,
Here.
Jose Mina, Noel Munoz,
Here.
Elias Ortega,
Here.
Angelina Rodriguez,
Here.
Austin Rodriguez,
Here.
Nicholas Rodriguez,
Here.
Olivia Sandoval,
Here.
Rosie Sorato,
Here.
Devin Solis, Italia Solorio,
Here.
Leatali Tuatama, Andy Tumamate, Quinlan Wilson, Leilani Zavala.
Here.
Okay, Quinlan, I swear I saw you there. Okay. Here's who I'm missing. Crystal Ayapatakal, Alberto Juarez Arenas, Daniel
I'm
Mejia.
here. I don't think you heard me in the beginning.
Crystal?
Yeah.
Who is that? Crystal? Okay,
Yeah.
I can't see you. That's why I just hear your voice because I'm in my roll thing. Alberto Juarez.
Here.
I thought you're Daniel Mejia.
Here.
Jose Mina. Devin Solis. Leatali Tuatama. Andy Tumamate. Quinlan Wilson. I swear Quinlan was here. Okay, so let's say I have 5 people absent now. I have Jose Mina, Devin Solis, Leatali Tuatama, Andy Tumamate, Quinlan Wilson. Any of those people here? Okay, we'll see what happens. All right. So we reviewed what we did yesterday. Let's go with, let's see. Angelina Liu, what was the last problem that we did? You guys, everyone get out yesterday's homework because we're continuing yesterday's homework. So just continue on that sheet what we did yesterday. Get yesterday's homework out. We're going to do that one.
I think it was 17.
Was it 17? Okay. Let's see if that helps my memory here. Yeah, I think that's right. 17. Okay, so that means we do 21 next. Okay. Find the slope and y-intercept. So real quick, let's review. Find the slope and y-intercept. So we're going to continue on 17, but I'm going to do one that's easier. So this is an example. Example. Okay, we need to find the slope and y-intercept Okay, so it has to look like this. Y equals mx plus b, where the number in front of the x, which is the m, is the slope, and the number by itself is the y-intercept. Hopefully you have that written down from yesterday. Okay, so it has to look like this. Y equals a number, x plus a number. So in other words, let's go like this. Y equals 2/3 x minus 5. Okay, everyone sees that? Okay, what is the slope of that right there? You guys got to tell me what the slope is of that equation. What is the slope, okay? So here we go. I'm going to call on someone. Start on the bottom here. Rosie Serrato, what's the slope here of this?
2/3.
Yes, the slope is 2/3, right? Everyone should know the slope is the number in front of x, as long as it's y equals. And the y-intercept, okay, what's the y-intercept? Let's go with Quinlan. I see you there. Quinlan, can you hear me? I don't know. Quinlan wants to go in the bathroom. Olivia Sandoval, what's the y-intercept?
5.
Yeah, actually, it's going to be the minus means it's -5. But very good. Okay, so that's all you have to do. So let's do one more. Okay, so let's say I have here y equals, 4/7. I'll say -4/7 x minus 9. Okay, what is the slope for this one? Let's see. Quinlan, are you there yet? Octavio, what is the slope for this?
The slope is -4/7.
Very good. -4/7. Okay, Noel, what is the y-intercept?
9.
Don't forget the negative, though. Multiple choice are going to mess with you. Do you understand, Noel? It's -9?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now let's go on our homework. Let's look at, so I think you guys are getting the idea, hopefully. Hopefully. You guys are answering the questions. Good. We're learning this stuff. So let's go to 21 is next. Now, there's a problem with 21. -5x equals 8 minus y. Okay, here I wrote it down. Now, here's what it looks like. There's something wrong with this. Normally, they look like this. Y equals mx plus b, or y equals 2/3 x plus 4. This one I can tell the slope is 2/3 and the y-intercept is 4. But this one I can't tell so much. You might say the slope is -5, but no, even though it's in front of the x, it is not the slope. What is wrong with this? What is wrong with this 21? What makes this hard? Why is 21 hard? Okay, let's go with Nicholas. Do you know why this is hard?
Because there's an 8.
Well, compare it to this. Look at this one. Compare it to this one. This one works.
There's 2 letters in the thing.
Well, there's 2 letters here, y and
The
x.
slope is negative.
No, here's the thing. This is what, okay, you guys are saying really good things. Notice this only works. The slope is front of x and the y-intercept is by itself when it's y equals. Y equals something x plus something. Y equals. This is not y equals. It's -5x equals 8 minus y. I can't figure it out unless it looks like this. So I need to make this so it's y equals. I need to get y by itself. You need to get y by itself. Okay? All right. So here's what we do. Everyone have that written down? Let's draw our line. Okay, so I have a left side and a right side. And I want to get the y by itself. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to flip it around. No, I'm not going to flip it around. I'm not going to flip it around. I want to get this y by itself. Okay. So on this line, what do I have next to the y? On this side of the line, I want the y by itself. I have an 8 and a minus. How do I get rid of this 8? You guys remember that? Let's see. Luis Gonzalez, do you know how I'd get rid of this 8 here?
No.
Okay. Quinlan?
Yeah.
Where you been? I've been calling you for like last 10 minutes.
I'm sorry. When I look at all of you are like have a green screen for me. I can't see the presentation or anything.
Why don't you try? Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I could hear you, but like, what's it called? I kind of like zoned out because I wasn't able to see anything.
I get you. Is this the way it always is for you?
No.
Why don't you hang up and come back in and see what happens?
Okay.
Rejoin us.
All right.
Let's see how it happens. Okay. Italia, how do I get this y by itself? I have this 8 here. How do I get rid of this 8?
Add it to the 5.
Okay. Now the thing is, this is a positive 8, so I want to get rid of it. So you want to do the even though there's a minus here, you got to look on the left of the 8. You want to subtract it. Good thinking though. You want to take away 8. See how that's going to, you have 8 and you take away 8. Now you take away 8 over here. Good job though. And watch how I rewrite this, right? Remember, we do the line. So this is going to go away. We almost have the y by itself. And I have negative 5x minus 8. I can't combine them because they're not like terms. Then we say equals, we have negative y. Okay, think of this as negative 1 times y. So we get rid of that negative 1 times y. We divide by negative 1. So everyone divide by negative 1. And we divide everything over here by negative 1. Okay? Negative 5. Now, whenever they're the same, right, when you divide them, they're the same, it becomes positive. So negative 5x divided by negative 1x becomes positive 5x. And negative 8, they're both negative. Remember, you divide by the same sign, it becomes positive. And then this becomes y. And so now, let's rewrite it. Let's flip it over. Let's put the y over here equals, and put the 5x plus 8 over there. Now we can find the slope and the y-intercept. Now it looks like this. Now we can do it. But we had to get that y by itself. Now, this is going to take practice on what we did. We've done this before, but we just have to keep practicing it if you felt weird about it. So my question to you is this. What is the slope and what is the y-intercept? Okay.
The slope
Edith.
is.
Who's David? Go for it, man. Go for it. What's the slope?
Is 5x.
Just 5.
Or just 5. My bad.
Yeah, but you're right. No, I would not mark that wrong necessarily on the test, but I know you know what you mean. Okay, what's the y-intercept? You want to see?
8.
There you go. Okay, so that's 21. All right. Okay, raise your hand if you're able to. You might not understood it totally completely, but raise your hand if you're able to follow. I kind of got Sensei. I was able to understand that a little bit while you did it. Raise your hand. Okay. How many totally got it? I totally understood it, Sensei. No problem. I could do that on my own. Okay, good. All right, last thing we have to do. So that's 21. 25. Look, they want us to graph these. Okay. Exercise, graph the linear equation, identify the x-intercept. Okay, well, let's just graph these. Let's graph them. Okay, so now the graphing, I think, is the easiest part of all this. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think. If it looks like this, slope-intercept form. If we know the slope and the y-intercept, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, They want us to graph this y equals negative x plus 7. So let me write it like this. Y equals negative 1x. Same thing, but we can see that negative 1x plus 7. And then let's write this. It's still the same, but this negative 1 makes it easier for me to understand. And write it finally like this. Instead of 1x, we can
You're
write
not
1.
presenting.
Oh, man. Shoot. Thank you. Okay. So this is a problem we're doing. Y equals negative x plus 7. So write that down. And then write it instead of negative x, or y equals negative 1x plus 7, because this helps us to see the slope. I know the slope is negative 1. I know the y-intercept is 7. Okay? And then finally, to make it even easier, instead of negative 1, we can write 1 as a fraction. Negative 1 over 1 x. Anytime we have a whole number, you could just put 1 under it. So now this is the same thing, but this is going to help us easier. It's going to make it way easier for us to graph if it looks like that. Okay, so to graph it, we need the slope and the y-intercept. Okay, so what is my slope again? I know we just keep asking, but just so you keep getting it. Quinlan, can you see us now?
No, I still can't.
You can't?
Yeah, it's all green screen.
I don't know if it's your computer. Was it like that in your first period class?
Huh?
Was it like
No.
that in your first period? Huh?
No, no, it wasn't.
Dude, well, make sure you watch the recording, I guess. I don't know what to say, man.
Yeah.
Did you try shutting down your computer and restarting it?
I will.
Try it one more. I mean, might as well since you can't see me. Try it again. All right.
Okay.
Let's go with Italia. What's my slope here?
Let me see. One X.
Okay. Just the 1. So you're right. Not the x, though. But the slope is negative. I'm going to write it in the fraction form, negative 1 over 1. Everyone understand that that's the slope? This is going to help us. Remember, this is the rise and this is the run. Because it's negative, it's actually going to go down. And this is the run. Okay, what's the y-intercept? Very good, Italia.
7.
Okay, what's the y-intercept? Let's go with Abigail, you're here. I think I marked you absent. Abigail, do you know what the y-intercept is?
I'm not gonna lie, no.
Okay, you're right. It's 7. This number here, it's the y-intercept. Okay, now let's go ahead and graph it. Now that we have so everyone, let's draw a coordinate plane. All you need is the y-intercept and the slope. Okay. There's my y, there's my x. Okay. Ooh, I need more room. Make this go higher. Y is going to go way up there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now to graph this, you guys ready? Okay, make sure you're writing this down because this is how you graph it. Remember, this is the y-intercept. This is the slope. All you have to do is find the y-intercept. The y-intercept's here. And that means this is the y-axis. That means at 7, let's find 7. We go on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right there. Okay, did you guys mark that point right there? That's where it goes. You just put a point. Our line's going to go through that. So whatever this number is, it means you go up on the y-axis at 7. And now my slope, remember this is rise over run. Means I go down 1 and I go over 1. So this tells me to go down 1. From this point, I go down 1 and then I go over 1. Boom. And there's my next point. That's all you need for your line. Let's do more points. My slope says I go down 1 and I go over 1. There's my next point. My slope says I go down 1, I go over 1. And that's how you graph the line. You only need 2 points to make a line. I like to do 4 or 5. And then you just connect the points. And there you go. Boom. That's it. That's how you graph the line. Let's do another one. I'll go a little bit faster. Quinlan, did you make it back? Okay, let's do another one. Actually, are there any questions? Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's do another one. So that was 25. So let's do 29. Okay, now 29 is not in slope intercept form, so we got to change that. 29. Okay, I'm writing 29 down. Is 3x plus y equals -1. Okay, I'm going to let you guys know who can put this, get the y by itself. Those of you who can do it, try to get the y by itself. Get the y by itself. It's only one step to do it. Remember, you got to get rid of this 3x to get the y by itself. You just get rid of that 3x. And then we can find the slope and the y-intercept. And then we can graph it. So those of you who can do it, get the y by itself. Try it on your own because it's very important that you can do it. Even if you don't think you can, just try. All right. Does anyone know what it would be? What would this be? Someone just yell it out. See if anyone. I don't know if anyone knows it. How would you get the y by itself? Does anyone know?
Subtract.
Go ahead, any one of you. Subtract what? Or well, I'll just say, you want to get rid of the 3x, so you subtract 3x, right? It's a positive 3x, so we take away 3x. Take away 3x over here. Guess what? Now the y, it goes away. Now the y is over here, and the negative 3x is over here. And there you go. Y is by itself. Boom. Okay, what's the slope at that point? What is the slope and what is the y-intercept? What is the slope and what is the y-intercept? Okay, what is the slope? Andy, what's the slope?
-3.
Very good. -3. And Andy, I'm going to say -3 over 1 so we know what our rise and run is. Same thing, okay? Y-intercept. What's my y-intercept? Let's go with Angelina Lou. What's my y-intercept?
-1/3.
What? My y-intercept?
Wait, no, it's -1.
Yeah, just the -1. -1. Boom. Okay, so now let's graph it. So they wants to graph it. So what we got to do, get the y by itself. Now find the slope and the y-intercept. And we're going to graph it. And I'm going to, remember the negative means it goes down. Get our coordinate plane. So you guys draw your coordinate plane. I'll give you a second to do it. Label this X. Label this Y. Hey, remember extra credit if your parents come tomorrow. And they come, how do they, remember, well, anyway, we'll talk about that. Can't believe open house is tomorrow. Okay, y-intercept, -1. That means I got to go here, -1, which would be 0. -1 is down 1 right there. Boom. So make sure you have that point right there, -1. And then the slope is -3/1. So I go, so that means I want to go down. So -3 means I go down 1, 2, 3. That's my rise, but it's negative, so I go down. And my run is 1, so I go over 1. I'm gonna try to get another point in there. Down 1, 2, 3. Whoops, let me scoot up for you. And then over 1. You only need 2 points, but I like to make more than 2. I'm gonna do 3. And then you just connect it with your ruler. And then there's your line. Whoops, that's it. Quinlan, did you make it back? All right, looks like Quinlan, we lost Quinlan. There's your line. So there's only 2 more for you guys to do. I think I'll let you guys do those so I can let you go. You guys, you know, there's only 2 more. I'll let you guys do those unless, does anyone want me to do, let's see, which one do you have left? 29, 33. Oh, it's 33. I'll let you guys do it. All right. It's a word problem. If you have questions, just do your best. I'm not going to mark you wrong if you get it wrong. Okay. Let me see how you guys are doing on your grades before I dismiss you. Crystal Ayapatakal, Rosie Serrato, Elias Ortega, Elias Arroyo, Sherlyn Coronado. You guys come stay with me after class. And let's see, who is absent, who is here? Some of you I marked absent, you came in late. Let's see, Devin, are you here, Devin Solis? Okay, Leatali Tuatama. Andy, to my mate. Quinlan? I know Quinlan's here. I marked him here. He's having trouble. Okay, you guys can go. See you guys tomorrow. If you have questions, you can stay. You guys are awesome. Make sure you say bye. Andy, oh, Andy, you're here? Andy, how come your mic doesn't work? I'm glad I saw that in the comments, or else I would have missed that. Anyone else here? Stay here if you're here. Stay here if you're here. Andy, I marked you here. All right. Bye, Crystal. Bye, Crystal. Bye. Bye, Andy. I got you. You can go. Bye, Louise. Bye, Octavio. All right. Who's still here? Okay, those of you who I said to stay, do you guys have questions about, I know I always hold you after class, but is there anything, I know you know what to do. Is there anything that you have questions about your grade and how to bring it up? I'll leave it up to you. If you don't, you can go.